Professor Swaran Singh as well, which is that was vote bank politics Trudeau's undoing?
Indeed, I fully agree that definitely as the internal crisis increased, from debts rising, inflation going up, immigrants coming in without infrastructure, healthcare, housing being taken care of, etc., he moved on to what his own deputy prime minister said, costly political gimmicks, which of course is the main issue. And of course, this was exasperated by the fact that first he had 4 to 5 years of enormous tensions with China, and now, of course, 1.5 year plus with India, and potentially with United States. So in that sense, this kind of situation where he was not able to lead in the same charismatic manner in which he was leading in the first 5 years or so, where he was seen as an iconic, progressive leader of the liberal world from Canada. And gradually, this is a regression that has seen about 7, 8 years, and now every next year it became more difficult.
Yes.
Only thing is that until about yesterday, for example, last 3 weeks, he was hardly visible, and whenever people could see him, they were naming names, shouting at him, and so on. He was not addressing any media, and
In
so
fact,
on.
I had done this story last week, sir, where he was at a ski resort and holidaying, where he was actually booed by his electorate, which was shocking for a sitting prime minister.
It only looks like that the Wednesday caucus call is going to bring some certainty in terms of his going, in terms of time frame when he's going, and so on. So compared to last year of confusion, we will see some relative clarity in coming weeks.
Okay. Before I come to the India-Canada relationship, and I'm going to ask on that, which is the India-Canada relationship under Justin Trudeau's successor, whoever that could be. One is the interim successor for the next couple of months who will lead the party into the election, and then, of course, the prime minister of the next full-fledged elected government. How do you see the relationship now that Justin Trudeau is on his way out, Professor Singh?
I think, first of all, interim prime minister, without being the leader of the party, will limit the kind of aura or influence that the interim prime minister will have. And we understand that the interim prime minister automatically goes out of any contestation for becoming the next party leader. In case Liberal Party comes to power, will be the prime minister, which is not likely. The earlier the elections, the better for Canada, therefore, so that they can bring in a prime minister, in this case, obviously from Conservative Party, because of the backlash against the Liberals rather than in favor of Conservatives. So in case of India, I think relationship has to be segregated. Economic relationship is not a big one, but continues to thrive. For example, Canada National Pensions Fund, even in November, they were visiting India, they were investing in India. So
Yes.
that has not changed much. The social fabric has been cast asunder in that sense. Students have faced difficulties.
Yes.
People of Indian origins, there are uncertain. And some of the vociferous elements will not disappear even if the Conservatives come to power. So it is the social and political component of relationship which has been really damaged. And that will take time. It's not going to be sort of resolved very quickly. And that is partly also that whosoever comes to power will not see that as number one priority. Number one priority, obviously, is United States, where 75% of Canada's trade goes.
That goes without saying,
so that
sir.
will be the focus.
And I think, the fact that the way a dollar